The biggest struggle you see business owners making before they get Elenore?
Managing communication across too many platforms.
Why did you start Elenore?
Because I saw so many talented organizers burning out.
What do you love most about your job?
I love helping people feel calm, capable, and confident. You run your business doesn't run you. You run your home doesn't run you. Helping people get that set up, I just love it.
I'm Amy Novick, a professional organizer, Google certified trainer, and productivity specialist. I empower business owners with Google solutions. Today, I'm going to interview Keli Jakel, owner of Organized by Keli and founder of Elenore, which is a CRM specifically for professional organizers. I'm so grateful that we met through a mutual friend, and now we've been collaborating for about 6 months on various things. So welcome, Keli. If you can give us a little introduction about how you got into professional organizing and why you decided to create Elenore, that would be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. And yes, it's been a great 6 months of collaborating in so many ways. It was like we were meant to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so a little bit about my journey. I have a background in education and leadership, and I came into organizing after one of my own kind of life interrupted seasons. And I spent about 10 years with a chronic illness, and I did not work in education or otherwise. And when I was ready to go back to work, I was looking at things thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? And the technology had completely passed me by, and I didn't actually want to go back to education. And so I just wasn't really sure what to do. And I realized that so many people, like, I was stressed myself about going back to work, but how am I going to manage my family and my home and all these pieces of a blended family? How am I going to manage all of this and work? And I realized, oh, yeah, women are up against this major feat all the time. And so I thought, well, I'll go help them out and use my organizing skills from my career in education. And it's just snowballed, and here we are. So I have an organizing business here in Denver. I have about 10 employees. It varies depending on the time of year, but we do a lot of move management, and we really focus on organizing for clients that have no time and just need us to help put the pieces together so they can keep doing their thing and move forward without interruption. So that's how that started.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to have you come on out here.
Oh, sure. Would love to.
That's great. Okay. I have 2 areas of my house that I can organize 80 to 90% of it, but those last 2 areas are killing me.
Yeah.
So much easier to organize somebody else's house than my own.
I have my team do mine. We refresh. I'm basically on a maintenance plan at this point because it is a lot with 2 businesses and trying to manage the home. I'm now in that spot that I was worried about in the beginning, trying to manage all the things, but fortunately I know somebody. So,
I love it. That's great. So how long have you had your organizing business?
So I started in 2018, and that was just really on the vision and the idea that it was me helping people out. I was trying to do 10 hours a week. Today, ironically, but today is the 5-year anniversary of my project manager, Nisa. She's been with me 5 years now. And when we got together, she was also trying to start an organizing business. And I was mentoring her here in Denver. And we decided, hey, I think this makes more sense if we just go all in on one than trying to build all these different things. And so today's the 5-year anniversary of that, which is just incredible. And so I manage the back end and she manages the front end, and it's been amazing. So actually you want her to come out there and organize your house, because I haven't been organizing houses in years. She told me a while back, it's actually much easier if I'm not there.
I don't know. You look pretty organized behind you, I see, but
I have my things. This is the area that I control in my house. And so I can have it all perfectly organized. Plus, I'm a little ADHD, and there are areas of my house I don't want to see anything, no clutter, no nothing. And then there are other areas, like in crafting, I have to see all the things or I have no idea I even own it. And yeah, every space has its own thing.
I love it. That's amazing. Okay, so 5 years with Nisa, and then how did you start Elenore, and why did you start Elenore? Because I've seen it in action here and there, and I love it, but I want to know how you came up with that.
Sure. So I built it because I saw so many talented organizers burning out. I came from education and I was in administration for years, and I did the hiring. I was the coordinator for elementary in a large school district in Texas for a while. So I was over all the hiring for teachers, and I would just see these amazing teachers come in and they would burn out and they would leave. Like, we still see the same thing happening. It's been a long time now. And it's that servant's heart that really wants to serve, but yet the structure and the system can get overwhelming once you get in there and get started. And I was seeing the same thing in organizing. All these amazingly talented people wanting to serve and help, and they're great at it. Like Nisa, she's amazing at meeting a client where they are, getting them where they need to be, all of that. But she doesn't want to manage the back end of a business. A lot of organizers don't want to do the other pieces that come with it, and it quickly can snowball and become overwhelming. So that's where Elenore came from. I remember trying to check my DMs and check Home Advisor and check email and texts and communicate it all with anyone that was helping me. It was so much to manage all the things. And I had a business manager that actually got me set up on Elenore. And it was a complete game changer for my business, because instead of trying to learn and manage 10, 15 different pieces of software all over the place that didn't really talk to each other, all of a sudden I was like, okay, I've got to get all my Google straight, and Elenore and QuickBooks, I can do this. So now it's all talking and all pulled together. So it just feels a lot more sustainable for me. And once I got to that place where I was like, wow, like this is really amazing, and it's been such a game changer for me, how can I share that with other organizers so that as an industry we don't burn out? Because you see new organizers are popping up all the time, and then they're burning out, or it's just this cycle. And to the extent that we can help them, everybody needs the help, right? So to the extent we can support the organizers to help the people, I think it just has a larger impact for everyone.
Absolutely. That's great. So if you had to name the biggest struggle or mistakes you see the business owners making before they get Elenore, what would you say it is?
I think it's managing communication across too many platforms. Like I was just saying, there's texts, emails, Instagram, DM, random notes they've written different places, especially if you're growing a team and you have other people, even without a team, even when it's just you, just trying to keep up with all the things. The mental load is so much. And I remember this funny thing that my grandma used to say. We would go grocery shopping with her and we would see like expensive fruit. Like I remember pineapple. Do you remember this, Amy? Like pineapple was so expensive. And maybe it was just how I grew up. I don't know. But like kiwi or pineapple, like so expensive. And I remember going to the grocery store with her and I would be like, oh, like that. But then there's apples or whatever. And she would always say, actually, the most expensive fruit is the fruit you don't eat. So we all know that feeling. We buy all the fruit with all the intentions and then we throw all the fruit away. And I think it's that, like, when organizers are trying to manage communication across all these platforms, we put so much into marketing ourselves and getting those leads or gaining that client. But then the most expensive marketing and the most expensive client is the one you forget to follow up with, or that slips through the cracks. And all of a sudden you're just spinning your wheels and losing out right there. I don't know. I think of that often when I think about missed opportunity.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. Yes. That is one of the reasons that I moved to a CRM, is because, like you said, to do the marketing and get the client, and then the follow-up was the piece I was often forgetting. So that is extremely helpful.
And you can centralize communication, right? Then you have a whole storyline. Like in Elenore, I'm not sure if other CRMs do it, but most don't, where you can actually text and call and communicate within it with a client, like maybe email about the rest of it inside of there, pull it all together in one place and it's streamlined. Then all of a sudden you have this storyline and it's visible to you and anyone else. So when they contact you 2 years later for a repeat session, right there's your fingertips. You can just with a scroll see, oh yeah, this is where we left off. This is what was going on. Here's my notes. Here's my everything. Pick up where we were and keep going. So yeah, just instead of trying to manage, I used to be like, oh, I know, I remember them. Was that Instagram? Was that, where was I talking to them?
That is the worst. Which method of communication did they connect with me on? Yes, that is terrible. Yes. Okay, so that is definitely something that Elenore has in it. So I love that. So what specifically does Elenore have in there for professional organizers as opposed to any other CRM that I might just decide to start with?
Sure. So Elenore, I didn't build it in my basement. It's built on Go High Level, and there are millions of people using Go High Level across all different industries all over the world. So it's a very up and coming and well-known and quickly growing platform. What makes Elenore special is we've taken that platform and we've created several email templates, snippets, workflows, pipelines, different pieces. We've pulled those together for organizers so that, like, if you just hop in there on your own, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. Even myself, I'm a power user or whatever, I live by the system. I'm not even using a fourth of the platform's capabilities, which is with anything. Just think about your washer and dryer. Like, you probably don't use 80% of the controls on there. You just use the ones you need, but you need the ones you need. And it's nice to have another one if you need it. So that's what the system does. And we've pulled it together so that all of these pieces that are important to a service-based business are right there and ready to go, so that as you get implemented, as you get going, sure, some people want to customize out and take it all different directions, but at least the foundational pieces are there and the building blocks are there. So you're not completely starting from scratch on where to go and what to build. So for brand new organizers, this is priceless, because creating all those templates and doing all those things in the beginning is very time consuming, and you don't even know what you don't know. You don't even know what templates you need. So having them all there already is super helpful. For more seasoned organizers, a lot of that can be duplicated in the system and brought in, or just updated from what we have to customize out with how they do things. That's like kind of big picture, how it would be different than a lot of just regular Go High Level. Then if you look at other systems, like maybe a Honeybook, Dubsado, Keep, different ones like that, there is just a lot more capability inside of here. A really big one is if then in workflows. So I was just talking with someone this morning that uses another system, and she's, yeah, I really want to set these automations up, but if a client is a repeat customer, then I don't want to send them this automation. And I'm like, oh, in Elenore, you can do an if then. So if they're a repeat, then don't send this follow-up email, etc., or don't this or that. So that's an amazing capability that's in here. The conversations tab is just a game changer compared to any other system that I know, because it brings in, like I was saying, the texts, etc., but also Instagram DM, Facebook DM. All those messages are landing in this one place, and you can't do that in most of the other systems, just to have that visibility into really the storyline and what's happening in your business.
Yeah, that's amazing. Those are great. The templates are huge. I do know, right? You don't know what you don't know. about a lot of things. Starting a
And
business.
aren't we glad we don't know what we don't know at the end of the day? There's plenty of time to learn it, but aren't we glad we don't know all the things because maybe we'd be intimidated to start? Yeah.
Correct. But it is helpful that it's in there. So when I'm ready for the piece, that I can do it. So I love that. You did talk a little bit about it, but your core philosophy and why you're doing what you're doing, whether it's organizing or with Elenore, as a business owner, what is your goal in trying to help other people for either one of those things?
Sure. If I'm thinking of my core philosophy, I think it's a great question. I am a random person. I'm all over the place and I love change. I think I even emailed you today and I was like, hey, do you want to do this an hour early? Because too much structure, I just feel, I don't like a full calendar, even though I tend to have one a lot of the time. I like that change. But my philosophy and what I really believe is that we need structure because structure is freeing. And that's in homes, but that's in our businesses too. And I think that's where OBK, Organized by Keli, and Elenore kind of come together, is in this idea that when we create the structures so that we can live in our strengths and what we do well, that impacts everyone around us and brings up the vibe of everything when we're doing our part to be our best selves. So if I'm out trying to network at events, that's not my best use of myself. Like, I don't love that at all. But if I'm on a one-to-one call, if I'm helping someone see things in a new way, do things that are going to make things better for them, oh my gosh, I light up. I love it. And so me trying to keep up with all the little pieces of running a business, not fun, and not the best use of my strengths. So having a system, having something in place actually creates the freedom for us to do what we're supposed to do. And it's the same in our homes. Free us up to do what we're supposed to do. That's overall philosophy.
Oh, I appreciate it. Can you just talk to my kids about that a little bit too? They need help.
Yes.
I keep trying to instill the structure for the kids. I got teenagers, so you know.
I have two. I have a blended family with 4 kids. And the 2 that I've had the most impact on are both ADHD, and structure is, they're not there yet. So I'm just trusting that they'll find their way on their journey and gotta let it go. I'm also thinking about, can I hire someone to go clean my son's dorm room from time to time?
Absolutely. That's great. Keli's told us so many really good things. Comment below with your biggest struggle right now in your business, whether it's maybe related to systems that Keli was talking about or anything. It would be great to know what you're struggling with in your business. And then Keli or I can help you out. And then also stick around to the end because we'll put a few links where you can get a hold of Keli for either organizing or Elenore as well in the links below. So you've talked a lot about what Elenore can do. Maybe you can explain how you help clients implement it and or give a story of one client that you've helped, just to illustrate a little bit.
Sure. So everyone's journey is a little different, right? People come at all different phases of their business journey. And I have a real sweet spot for helping the new organizers. That's in my wheelhouse. Or new business kind of has like different phases, like baby, toddler, kid, teen, and adult, maybe even senior when you're getting ready to sell your business. I do really well with the kids through teens, like with my help personally. So how do we help people? On our website for brand new organizers, there is a lead magnet on there for a new business checklist, just of all the things you need when you're getting your business set up, whether you use Elenore or not. Sometimes you don't even know what you don't know. You don't even know what all those pieces are. And there are a million coaches that can help, but not all the coaches are good at helping with the beginning. Just get your feet wet part. So that's out there for that. Then once someone actually comes on to Elenore, there's different options. One thing that's super helpful is when starting with Elenore, if you already have your Google Workspace set up so that you have a domain, you have your email address, your Google Calendar, your Google business profile, all of those integrate beautifully inside the system, but it's super helpful if they're already set up before we start integrating things together. And we're not really specialists at that, which I know you are. And that's something that's brought us together to go, oh, wow, you're one of our missing pieces to help, especially these newer organizers, get these basic pieces in place to really set up the foundation for a successful business. So there's that piece. And then when they do sign up, we have different options, but we include a setup fee so that it comes with time with an Elenore expert. Not me. I am not a tech expert. That's not my role. And so these calls are with an actual tech expert that understands our industry and understands the platform. So they can help get the foundational pieces integrated and set up to make it successful. Then some people want to customize out even more, which is great. We have implementation services with an Elenore expert that you can customize. The sky's the limit with how far you want to customize out. I just had new ideas this week for things that I'm like, oh, I could set up an automation for that. That would be amazing. So it can go as far as you want. But in getting set up, I think it just starts with having your Google, and you don't need a phone number. Elenore comes with a phone number. If you already have one, we can port it. There's lots of things we can do with that, but you don't need the phone number first. You just need really that email address. And if you don't have it yet, we'll get you in touch with Amy. We can pull all those pieces together. So don't let that be a barrier. So I don't know that I personally have helped, but Amy Payne, that introduced us to each other, she is an Elenore expert, and she does CRM setups for organizers of all different systems. And she decided that she was wanting to sell her business and go into this CRM implementation for organizers full time. And so she got her business completely set up on Elenore. And when she went to sell it, the value of her business was greatly increased because she had all of these systems. Her system was very detailed and amazing. It even has like task reminders so that when an organizer does this and hits complete that this is done, it will send them a new task for the next step. That's amazing. I don't have all of that set up in mine, but she did. And the value of her business greatly increased because it was turnkey. Right. She was able to say, oh yeah, you want to buy this? Here it is. And all the systems have automations inside of it to keep things rolling and going without me here. Because a lot of the time we build our business around ourselves and our mind and that mental load. She didn't have that. So that's just a cool use case that is like end goal in mind. We have everything in between too. That one's pretty amazing. And now she does a ton of Elenore implementation for lots of organizers.
You mentioned a few of the things that Google connects with. So I know the email and the calendar were the big ones. When you said Google Business Profile,
it can connect with Google Drive and your Gmail and your calendar and Google Business. Those are the main four, I think. So I have in my profile for clients, I have a link in there that when they become a client, we automatically set up a Google Drive folder so that pictures and things can go there. There's ways to do it inside of the system too, but we've just already had our Google Drive in place forever. Yep. And so it's awesome though, because in that tab we were talking about where you can see the conversations, you can see all your history and notes and everything. I can click a link and bam, I'm right there to the pictures and anything else that's in Google Drive for that client all in one place.
Very cool. The best. So Elenore is the system that connects all the things, and then Google is the backend. I think I heard you say this. The only real three systems that you have is Google for the domain, email, calendar, stuff like that. Elenore to run all the automations and client communication and all of those things. And then QuickBooks, you said, for billing
And
and
Zoom
yeah. And
and
Zoom.
Canva. But yeah,
Okay,
that's pretty
cool.
much all I
That's
have.
it. Okay, a lovely package. What do you love most about your job?
I love helping people feel calm, capable, and confident. When your home or your business, when it's running smoothly and you get to do what you love, helping people so that they're not chasing housework, chasing paperwork, chasing all these different things, but just that calming, settling feeling of you run your business doesn't run you. You run your home doesn't run you. Helping people get that set up, I just love it, because then again, it opens up the potential for people to do what they do well. And that's what can be better.
That's great. Before I forget, is Elenore only for professional organizers?
Oh no. Inside of Elenore specifically, I think we have several nonprofits. We have a photography business, the dog training company, all sorts of different service-based businesses, move managers, yeah.
Wonderful. If someone wants to learn more about what Elenore can do, what's the best place that they can go to check it out?
Elenore.io is our website, and there are a few videos in there, but super easy. You can just do a demo, and that is with myself or someone on the team. And honestly, we just open it up and show you actually my system. We're trying to make a demo account, but there's so much amazing potential in this system that's live. It's those conversations, it's those pieces that are really hard to just replicate. So that's why we don't have a live demo on the website, because I'm not going to put my stuff on the website. But if you sign up for a demo, it's just a great way to at least learn more about it and see what might be a good fit for you, if anything, from it, because there's all different levels. We have a new level that's just the connect. So it's just the conversations piece of it, all the way up to, if you have Kajabi, you can replace Kajabi with this and everything in between. On the website for a demo is one way. And then other than that, LinkedIn, that's my big focus right now. I'm really trying to grow my LinkedIn. So I would just love a connection on there and shoot me a message. That would be a great way to get in touch. I think if I was going to leave everyone with one thing, it's that I remember in starting my business, I would hear all these things about running a business and like getting to this place. Actually, I'm here on the other side to report that you actually can work less. You don't have to be the hub and the center of everything that's happening, and you don't have to carry that mental load. There are actually ways to make it to where you are actually running a business and it's not running you. I just want to offer that encouragement, because it's hard and it takes time to get there, but it actually exists. It can actually be done.
Cross our fingers. That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm working in that direction as well. I really appreciate your expertise and your thoughtfulness about why you're helping people and the end goal, and the reminders about what our end goal could be, so that we're not just in the grind all the time. I appreciate it.
We can't burn out our best people.
Check out the links below. We will have links on how to get a hold of myself for Google Workspace, and Keli for organizing in Colorado, and Elenore for all small businesses, but specifically professional organizers. And I want to say a big thank you, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Amy. I really appreciate you having me.